My name's Crystal, and I'm the career conversationalist. Thank you for joining me today. Today, we're going to talk about the confusion about the college process. Today, we will discuss how you can discover why some college programs are so competitive, how to avoid starting over, learn how to transfer courses, and learn how to plan ahead and get a job. I'd like to take a moment to thank an anonymous person for reaching out for help. By answering this person's question, I hope it encourages students to thoroughly research their options while in school and pursue a college degree immediately after graduating high school. This blog post points out two important things. One, the importance of thoroughly researching a career options prior to enrolling in a program. I don't want you to bounce from program to program if it is unnecessary. And two, I want you to understand the additional challenges you will face if you start a career later in life after you have a spouse and children. Below is a message that I received from a person who wishes to remain anonymous. Yes, I'm so lost on how to start. Most online programs take you from RN to BSN. So how do I get to RN? I only know of one program within an hour drive that is the best in the state. Super hard to get into. Live in a small town, Belgrade, 10 minutes outside of. I've only heard of a program at Montana State University, Bozeman, that is the best nursing program in the state. They only take 4.0 and above students, only 10 a semester. I have an AA in transfer studies and an AA in speech communication from California that I earned 9 years ago. I did a vocational dental assisting program in California, then joined the military where I was taught oral surgery assisting and served for 4 years. The next nearest nursing school I found is 2 hours away, which would mean moving and taking my husband away from the school that offers his degree, livestock management. I'm also interested in respiratory therapy, but I have not found a school for that either in the area. It's tough finding a school or location that meets both our educational goals. Some of the online nursing schools have paired with local hospitals to help you earn an RN, but only a couple locations in California exist. Trying to see if I should start taking generals again, this time in health science, so that one day I can go into nursing, or keep things on hold. But since it has been so long since getting my AAs, will I have to start all over? I'm lost. Any help would be great. My 9/11 GI Bill will pay a housing stipend, a book stipend, and most tuition or rest will be covered by Yellow Ribbon program if the school offers it. Scholarships not based on credits that pay me directly, not the school, would help so we wouldn't have to hold a job as well as schooling would help pay food and bills. Right now, my husband works on MSU campus in the Veterans Center in between classes. If you ever have anyone with questions about using GI Bills, he can help you. He knows all about the rules and procedures with those. I want to start off by saying that I'm excited that you have already begun the journey. It shows that you really care about your family and their future. Thinking about your husband and his career is awesome because it shows that you are dedicated to making things work out. Discover why some colleges are so competitive. Schools and programs become competitive when there's a large supply of students who want to enter the program and there's limited availability. In this case, a lot of students want to become nurses in a small town, and the town doesn't have a lot of placement options because there isn't a huge need. I decided to pick up the phone and get information directly from the horse's mouth. Historically, it takes a 3.5 GPA to get into this program. The school has 5 satellite campuses locations around the state for students to fulfill their hands-on experience requirements. The school has decided to give students with the highest GPA the preference for which of the 5 satellite campus locations they want to earn their hands-on experience from. Therefore, students strive for a high GPA of a 4.0 or higher so that they can be placed in the city that they want to work in. This is what creates the competition and raises the bar to entry. If you decided to go with an online course, you will still have difficulty finding hands-on work-study placement because there's not a lot of demand or opportunity where you live. Think of it this way. The size of the population in Montana in 2014 is 1,024,000, while the size of the population in California is 38 million and 8th millionth, according to Google Knowledge Graph. Sorry, it's been a while since I've read numbers. I guess I need a refresher course on that. Maybe I'll go look up some YouTube videos. Since there has been more people in the state of California, there's going to be a greater need for nurses to take care of a larger population. Therefore, it makes sense that programs are going to be easier to get into and will be more flexible in California. There's a huge need for nurses in California. My concern for you is if the competition for hands-on work experience is competitive, what do you think the job market will be like? If I were you, I would start asking the locals a lot of questions, like who are the major employers in the area? How often do they hire? How many candidates apply and how many get hired? Also, if your heart is set on being an RN and you're thinking of staying in the area, I would strongly consider the program closest to you. The school's reputation will help you in the local job market. Avoid starting over. Learn how to transfer courses. When money flows out of your pocket, it adds up quickly. Therefore, you want to transfer in as many courses as possible. For every course you are able to transfer in, you save money, not having to buy another course. For every course you are able to transfer in, you save time by not having to retake a course. Whether or not a course is transferable is up to the institution you are applying to. You want to send all of your transcripts to the school you are considering. They will review your transcripts and determine which course they will accept. Some colleges will charge a fee to cover the administrative costs of having a person review your transcript, while others will not. It is important to note that when it comes to sending transcripts, there are two types of transcripts, an official transcript and an unofficial transcript. An official transcript comes from the college you attend, and there is usually a small fee for providing the official transcripts. The word official represents that these transcripts come with a seal from the college you attended. The seal represents that the transcripts are official and have not been altered or modified. These official transcripts usually come with a seal on an envelope, and if the seal is broken, then the transcript becomes unofficial. When you are considering a school, many colleges will evaluate a non-official transcript for free. It is their hook, and it gives them the opportunity to talk to you and persuade you to applying to their college. When applying to college, they almost always want an official transcript. In this particular instance, I would get an official transcript from all the colleges you attended for an AA in Transfer Studies, an AA in Speech Communications, and from the Vocational Dental Assistance Program you did in California. Some vocational programs will have general education courses like English that might transfer over. I called the university and talked to the college advisor. I will message you personally and give you the name, phone number, and email address of the person I talked to. You can send her an email of your 3 transcripts and she will evaluate them free of charge and let you know how many units you can transfer in. You can also make a list of follow-up questions to ask her about the school's nursing program. Learn how to plan ahead and get a job. It is a lot easier to get a job when you plan ahead rather than when you need one. The sooner you start planning, the more time you have to figure out different ways to overcome the obstacles that will stand in your way. For example, If you notice, there are a lot of programs that are offering a BSN instead of an RN degree. There's probably a reasonable reason for the situation. Personally, I think the market is demanding a higher education, a 4-year degree, a bachelor's in science and nursing, a BSN rather than a 2-year degree, a registered nurse, RN. When you see a lot of RN to BSN programs, that is what I would call supporting evidence. In this case, if you battle your way into an RN program, you might transition into the job market only to find that a lot of jobs want a BSN instead of an RN. In hindsight, you may tell yourself, oh, that's why I had such a hard time finding an RN program. However, this is my opinion. To make a more educated decision, if I were you, I would spend time looking up jobs in the area you want to work in. Pay attention to how many of these jobs require a 4-year degree as opposed to a 2-year degree. Based upon what the market wants, you will be better able to make a decision about what type of degree you should pursue. Personal opinion, my unsolicited advice. If I were you, I would reevaluate your career choice. If your husband is earning a degree in livestock management, then it is highly likely he will get a job in the Midwest or in a small town area. These small towns may mean that there are not a lot of opportunities for job in the medical field because there are not a lot of sick humans. However, livestock get sick, and ranchers want to protect their investment. Therefore, there will likely be jobs servicing sick animals. If I were you, I would focus on helping your husband plan his career first and then plan your career accordingly. Once you have a better understanding of where job opportunities are for your husband's career, then you'll be in a better position to explore nearby careers for yourself. Here are the 5 steps that I recommend you take. Step 1. Get informed. Get your transcripts from the colleges you have attended and email them to the college advisor at the school you are considering applying to. Call the advisor, introduce yourself, and let the person know that you have sent the transcripts and set an appointment to review the results for which classes would transfer in and what your GPA would be and how many lower division courses you would need before being eligible for placement in your field. 2. Ask the locals. Since you live in a small town, I would ask the locals for advice, guidance, and gossip. Find out who the major employers are in the town, how often they hire, how many candidates they hire or apply and get hired. 3. Make a decision. It is February and the next application for the school you would attend is due in August. There's no need to make a solid decision immediately about if you want to attend this school or in this career field. However, get the information so that you can make an informed decision. 4. Help your husband plan his career. I would start by looking at what current job opportunities exist. This will set up realistic expectations of what is available when your husband graduates with his degree. I would make it a habit to spend a little time each day, 20 minutes a day, looking at job postings. I would also make it a habit to discuss this at the dinner table. You set an example for your kids of what it means to be a supporting, loving wife that is helping her man. You set the tone that in your household it is okay to talk about the future, education, and planning ahead, which is important and desirable. Now, I went ahead and looked around and found a few job search engine sites for you that I recommend that you take a look at for future potential jobs for your husband. There is the agcareers.com, the leading online board for agricultural, food, and biotechnology. There's also the agricareers.inc, personal specialist since 1968. There's the Rich Cornell Agricultural Search Inc., professional agricultural recruiter site. There is Farms and Ranch Jobs and LinkedIn Livestock. Of course, the links for all of this will be on the blog post, and I will be sure to send that to you. Number 5, continue to reach out for support. In a few weeks, reach out and let me know what you have discovered. I'd rather give you step-by-step guidance than overwhelming you all at once. I'm also sure that other readers of this blog post are curious as to what happens next. So I want to thank you for, again, reaching out. I know there's a lot of people that have similar concerns, and sometimes it's always easier to watch someone else doing it and then follow. So that's why I really appreciate you being an example and leading by reaching out. And I also want to say that if you really enjoyed this, then I would encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the website, grabyourfreegift.com /Crystals O, CRYSTALO. What I do is I send out emails regularly about the blog posts that I'm creating, so that if you want the links to a lot of the resources that I mentioned, you have it there in your email, and it's easy to go ahead and save an email in a folder. This way that you can re-access the information for those shows that you found to be the most helpful or that pertain to your situation the most. So I would go ahead and do that. And then also, I just want to take a quick moment to thank our technology partners and thank Google for the technology that is allowing me to reach out and answer your questions that you have. Google has this amazing technology called Hangouts, which is the platform I'm using to create this show, and it's recording it on a YouTube video that you can access at any time. So thank you again, Google. And until then, please go ahead and continue to look out for future episodes, and feel free to look back on past episodes. Thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to our paths crossing again soon. Take care.